Yo, what if the one rule we all thought was true about the Flipper Zero, that it can't just copy a modern car key, was suddenly broken? For years, rolling codes have been the gold standard, supposedly making our cars secure. But rumors are swirling about a mysterious dark web firmware that claims to do the impossible: crack modern car security with just one button press. I'm Jay Blanked, and today we're going to find out if the hype is real. Well, if you spend any time in any of the Flipper discords, you've probably heard the whispers already. A secret super powerful firmware is supposedly sold on dark web forums. The marketing is slick, promising to bypass the rolling code security that protects most modern cars, the very first thing that's supposed to stop car thieves in their tracks. Well, when something sounds a little too good to be true, it most likely is. So I wanted to discover what's really going on. So our goal is extremely simple today. We're going to break down the claims, separate fact from fiction, and find out what's really going on under the hood. But before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. The information is intended to raise awareness about automotive security vulnerabilities for owners and manufacturers. Do not attempt to replicate any of this on property you do not own. And honestly, the only people who are looking for this firmware have malicious intent. Well, first off, the central claim of this firmware is a huge deal. The sellers of this firmware claim that all it needs is one signal capture. From a single press of your lock or unlock button, they say it can predict your key fob's next move and pretty much clone it. Now, that does sound a bit unbelievable. You see, rolling codes are also known as hopping codes. They're designed specifically to prevent this. Every time you press a button, your key and your car roll to a new secret code together. An old code simply won't work again. But this firmware claims to just shatter that entire system. But if that's the case, what's the attack vector here? Well, according to the sellers, the process is actually simple. An attacker would put their flipper into read mode and listen for signals, and the car owner would press the lock button or any button on their key just once to obtain access to all of the buttons available on the key fob. So what's the secret? How is this even possible? The truth is, the dark web firmware isn't some revolutionary new hack. It literally automates old vulnerabilities that have been public knowledge for years. It really all comes down to two things: leaked manufacturer keys and weaknesses in the rolling code algorithms. A surprising number of cars rely on a security system called KeeLoq. This manufacturer key is the weak spot of KeeLoq. The problem was that car makers often use the same key across an entire model line. So pretty much if that key was leaked, an attacker could intercept signals from any remote of that brand. This firmware almost certainly contains those stolen keys, allowing it to capture signal and then predict the next valid code in the sequence. So it's not breaking encryption on the fly, it's using a key that was stolen a long time ago. And yes, I am aware that it also has something called rollback, but the same still applies. These type of attacks also only works on some older system that use a one-way protocol. So while it looks like magic, the flipper is simply acting as a tool to make these old, complex exploits accessible to anyone. This definitely isn't a Flipper Zero problem, it's an automotive security problem. So the reality of this dark web firmware is that it's a tool for recycling old exploits and can really only be used on old cars. It's definitely not a universal master key, but it is automating known attacks against specific vulnerable vehicles. But for what it's worth, professional car thieves are likely still using dedicated relay attack gear for keyless start systems, which still remains a far more common threat for modern cars. Even if the firmware could get into someone's old car, it definitely can't start the engine. The real takeaway here isn't that the Flipper is some crazy, scary tool. It's that the security in many of the old cars simply aren't as robust as we've been led to believe. The responsibility is definitely on the car manufacturers to step up, use stronger encryption, and finally move on from these outdated systems. So what do you think? Is this the wake-up call the auto industry needs? The Flipper constantly exploits vulnerabilities that were already there. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the Flipper Zero. I'm Jay Blanked. Until next time, peace!